Well, it's Tuesday, parking lot morning. I'm about 15 minutes early with coming on, but it's going to be over 100 degrees today, and it's already very, very warm in the parking lot. And of course, my 1984 Volkswagen doesn't have air conditioning or anything like that. So I've got all the windows down, and I think 15 minutes it'll even be hotter than it is right now. So I'm going to start right now. I've also got the complication of some kind of thing on my phone keeps disturbing things. So I hope that I can finish this broadcast without it interrupting. But I'm going to go ahead on and give it a try anyway. And if it craps out on me, I hope you'll forgive me, and I'll try to pick it up again tomorrow. But I was answering an email yesterday, and the subject comes up an awful lot about the special status of Earth in the Hermetic sort of elemental universe. We've got fire, water, and air, which are the primitive elements, Yod He Vav, if you will, but Earth is special. It's almost like it's you might look at it like it's a stepchild element. Remember in the Tetragrammaton, it's Yod He Vav He. He is assigned to Earth, but it doesn't even get its own Hebrew letter. And the princess in the tarot is the Earth sub element, Earth court card. But the princesses don't get to rule 30-degree periods of the zodiac like the kings and the queens and the princes do. The princesses are called the throne of the ace. They're connected directly to the ace. Earth, in a strange, paradoxical way, is connected directly and supports spirit. Even in the tarot trumps, spirit is usually attributed to the card judgment with fire. You could argue that it's the fool, Aleph, but usually it's attributed to the court card, the Last Judgment. But that is also the tarot card associated with fire. So it has to share this. Spirit shares a tarot trump, and so does Earth. Earth shares the universe card with Saturn. So it doesn't even get Spirit and Earth are treated uniquely and directly connected to each other. So the Princess of Wands and the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands sits on the Princess of Wands, like Horus, the child Horus sits on the lap of Isis. So there's this special magic quality to Earth and to Spirit. Now, back in 2004, I was asked to write a foreword to Jason Augustus Newcomb's wonderful book, New Hermetics. And I'm going to share that with you this morning because it treats directly on that subject. And I start with an epigram, which is a little snippet from Shakespeare's The Merchant of Venice, Act 4, Scene 1. Lorenzo is talking to Jessica. And I have music in the background. There's not the smallest orb which thou behold'st, but in his motion like an angel sings, still quiring to the young-eyed cherubims. Such harmony is in immortal souls. But whilst this muddy vesture of decay doth grossly close it in, we cannot hear it. In other words, there's not the smallest atom in the universe, but in its motion, in its existence, is like an angel singing. But while we're stuck in this body, in this muddy vesture of decay, we can't hear it. Okay. To slip the muddy vesture of decay in which the essence of our immortal soul, like a sleeping princess, lies entombed, is the great work. It is the sacred quest of the mystic, alchemist, yogi, magician. But it's also the inescapable destiny of every unit of evolving consciousness in the universe. But how do we go about extricating this pristine essence from the tomb that so grossly closes us in? Can we chip away like a clay cocoon? Can we shed it like a serpent's skin? Can we wash ourselves clean of it? We can try. Indeed, plotting the escape from this prison of matter is the raison d'etre of the world's great religions. As the Hindus and Buddhists, we deny it as illusion. As Christians, we attempt to bribe our way free with a ransomed Savior. And together with other people of the book, Muslims and Jews, we hate and fear it like a devil, make war upon it like an enemy, flee from it like sin, and discarding God-given common sense, gamble our souls on the historicity of myths and obedience to scriptural law, so that after death we might discover that we have won the prize of immortality. Such efforts in and of themselves will remain forever doomed. For while they're effective instruments for spiritual crowd control, they ignore one very fundamental and paradoxical cosmic truth. That is, the tomb of matter, the muddy vesture of decay, is itself an inextricable part of the essence of our immortal soul. For is it not written that the temple of initiation is also a tomb? Under the heading Hermetics, Old and New. I'm particularly pleased and honored by Mr. Newcomb when he asked me to pen the foreword to this remarkable book. And again, the book is New Hermetics. Now, all of these introductions, I've got, all of these essays I've got in this, probably the newest book of mine, came out almost 2 years ago. Allow me to introduce. I forgot to plug that. I call Jason's book remarkable in that he demonstrates so pleasantly that one can focus intensely upon the mystery teachings of the past without isolating oneself from the discoveries and revelations of the present. That one can unite the modern sciences of the mind with the wonder and wisdom of the ages. It is a labor not too dissimilar to the works of a number of individuals who in the twilight of the golden ages of Egypt and Greece shared their wisdom in a body of mystical texts supposedly written by the god Thoth himself, or Hermes Trismegistus. Foremost among these is one that bears the name of its mythical author, the Emerald Tablet of Hermes. Tradition maintains that it was the first revelation of God to mankind, that it was cast in liquid emerald by the magic of alchemy, its raised letters revealing in 13 short verses the universal operations of nature. It is the famous work that gave us the fundamental Hermetic axiom, "It is true and no lie, certain to be depended upon, that the superior agrees with the inferior, and the inferior with the superior, to effect that one truly wonderful work." And I'm taking the translation, one of my favorites, from Manly Palmer Hall, in his Lost Keys to Freemasonry. Verses 5 and 6 go on to provide the diligent aspirant the mystic key by which he or she can arise from the tomb of matter, even while acknowledging the tomb is an integral part of the self. Another quote from the Emerald Tablet. "The power is perfect after it has been united with the spiritus earth. Separate the spiritus earth from the dense or crude earth by means of a gentle heat with much attention." It's the profoundest of cosmic ironies. The divine power, our true spiritual essence, does not achieve perfection until it hits rock bottom. Rock bottom of the cosmos. The dense and crude earth. It remains imperfect until the moment of entombment, for the simple reason that until that dark nadir is reached, the experiential adventure of existence remains incomplete, and self is not yet endowed with the entire spectrum of the light of consciousness from spirit to matter, from the highest high to the lowest low. This is why Hermetic tradition informs us the highest of the angelic hosts envy the children of the dust, because humans have something they'll never have, a little bit of everything from top to bottom. High as they are, the angels are stuck in divine middle management without a complete stash of the raw material necessary to clone themselves back to perfect Godhead. Aleister Crowley describes this process as, quote, "The general doctrine that the climax of the descent of matter is the signal for the redintegration by spirit." And redintegration is an archaic word meaning restoration to the former estate. Now I'm going to read that again. The general doctrine that the climax of the descent of matter is the signal for the redintegration by spirit. Once the lowest of the low has been reached, the power is perfect, and the process of return is initiated. The Emerald Tablet of Hermes tells us how to begin. We are to separate the spiritus earth from the dense or crude earth by means of a gentle heat with much attention. This doesn't mean we're to cook ourselves over a low flame, although in symbolic language of alchemy, that's pretty much what we do. It means that through a slow, balanced, and gentle process, we are to, with great attention, distill the essence of our being, the song of our soul, from the muddy vesture of decay. This is the initiatory process of the Hermeticist, old and new. A balanced, gentle program of study, practice, meditation, mixed with the effects of one's own inherited destiny, whether you call that luck, good fortune, or karma. Initiation is not a reward for achievement or a seal of attainment. Indeed, the initiate may never attain, at least not in this incarnation. Initiation means to begin. And the first question the candidate is asked at the threshold of the temple is simply, "Are you ready to begin? Are you?" If so, I can think of no better place to start than the marvelous book you hold in your hands right now. A balanced and gentle program of study, practice, and meditation. To this, you must add the most important ingredient of all, yourself. The sum total of the highest high and the lowest low. Your inherited destiny. Now, I'm not sure that my broadcast actually went through with my phone doing its funny little thing. But that's it for today. I apologize for starting and ending a little early today, but blame it on the weather. Blame it on the weather. Until tomorrow, continue to be good to yourself and be good to each other. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law. Love under will.